We're going to take a look at her most recent run, which was a month ago at Horsham, but we get a great display of that speed that she shows week in, week out.
Yeah, and to be honest, the rest of the race just goes to plan from here. But that first split, that sizzling pace out of the boxes, there's always greyhounds that have an electric turn of foot once they hit the ground and run away from them. But this is a dog that absolutely explodes out of the boxes. And when she gets it right, which more often than not she does, she's won 8 from 16, another 4 placings. She nails the start pretty often. When she does that, she's always going to be hard to run down, particularly when you're racing over a distance like the 300 here at Healesville.
Yeah, for sure. Early pace is going to be key throughout the day because although there's a lot of powerful types in this series, Smithy, I mean, when you're racing over 300 metres, there's not a lot of opportunity, is there, to pick up these speedy types who go straight to the front?
No, exactly right. You look at 700-metre racing or even 500 and 600-metre racing and you see these stronger types, they get their opportunities. The 300, not necessarily the case. I know the straight is a different beast and they get their opportunities a little bit better than they would, say, on a circle or on a one-turn horseshoe track. But this is a greyhound that when you can get out in front and when you can lead races and you can run times like 16.22, which is absolutely low flying, the fastest time since January 1 last year, then it's going to be hard to catch.
And 382 early, which is absolutely scorching as well. Number 1, Spot Fox is the other main contender in the market. We know he's a greyhound with a lot of power. However, at some stage of the race, he will want to drift that middle part of the track. What impact do you think that'll have on him from box 1?
Yeah, look, it's probably not ideal. I think if you spoke to connections, they'd probably rather him be drawn off the track. He's that sort of dog, as you said, that drifts up the track. He doesn't necessarily go hard right out of the boxes, but as the race goes on, as he travels up that straight, which he's been up plenty of times, 29 times previously, he likes to drift up the track. And a great overall record, great box 1 record as well. He's finished first and second 8 times out of 10 cracks out of box number 1. So it's no real knock. It just makes it a little bit intriguing. But the 4-dog field should help Spot Fox be able to get to the part of the track that he wants to without too much hampering.
So it's clear to see why they are the top 2 in the market compared to the other 2 in this field. And one thing they do have on the others as well, Smithy, is experience here at Healesville. So we see another number of fast greyhounds here today that don't necessarily have a stack of experience here up the straight at the Ville. What sort of impact do you think that can have, and how important is it to have a really good amount of experience up your sleeve?
Yeah, it's obviously a niche track. It's a track where you want to have that experience. Plenty of dogs do plenty of trialling here at Healesville or up behind drag lures at people's properties, and they know how to do that, but it says there's nothing better than getting that racetrack experience here at Healesville. Talcott Bale is a dog. He's had 3 cracks at this track and trip, and you see only the 3rd placing, but you look at the times, 16.52, 16.87, 17.03, the 3 times that he's run. So he's a dog that while he doesn't have the experience of a Spot Fox or a Blessed Rain up here, up at the straight, he is a dog that can run fast time. So it wouldn't shock me to see him run a good race, but for me, all the money's coming for Blessed Rain, $1.85 into $1.40, and that's no real surprise given that blistering early speed that she has and the capability that she has to run times that are capable of getting her through to the final.
Indeed, and just on Talcott Bale and his most recent start here at Healesville, he went 16.52 over the 300 metres here, which is quite sharp. However, the general feeling was that a lot of the times that was set that day were wind assisted. So it's something you've got to consider when going through the fields and form here at Healesville on a general basis, let alone for a day of this significance with heats of the Emerald. I agree with Smithy. I think Blessed Rain can show a lot of speed, go straight to the front and be pretty hard to catch after that. She's now into $1.40. Spot Fox $2.90, and his co-trainer is the man upstairs, Jimmy Vandermart.
Yes, Jace, first heat of the Emerald, and Bless Rain, isn't she a mighty little chaser, this one? She has explosive early speed. You're expecting her to rocket across and find the lead, and she has got a flying PB, 16.23. If she can shape up anywhere near that, she'll be a big player, not just for today's heat, but also in the big dance on Sunday. Spot Fox, well, we all know what he wants. He's desperate for the outside, so box number 1's going to be a challenge. Talcott Bale, Bless Rain, you'd expect might have the speed to cross him early and then he can get to work, but you don't want to be giving a greyhound like Bless Rain too big of a head start. And then the roughie off a tumble in a Horsham Cup heat, Speedy Ricardo, but does have some decent form when putting it all together. So they're about to load now. Third race, this is the first heat of the Sportsbet Emerald, the 8 fastest times, not necessarily the winners. The 8 fastest times to get through in order to make up the Emerald field on Sunday. And there'll be Emerald consolation as well for those 9 to 16 on qualification time. So they're about to move in. $1.33 Bless Rain. They have hammered the yellow late. Spot Fox right out the gate to $3.40. They're just about set. First heat of the Sportsbet Emerald of 2025, and they're set to run now. Green light. And they're racing, and Bless Rain jumped very quickly, went straight out to lead by 2.5 over, moving to second, Talcott Vale, and then Spot Fox, who's bumping into Speedy Ricardo back at the end, and Bless Rain pinched a break. Raced out by 3 to Talcott Vale, and then Spot Fox, who ran into early bother, and it is all Bless Rain carving up some time. Bless Rain won it by 3.5, beat Talcott Vale, third to Spot Fox, and last of the 4, Speedy Ricardo. Time around 16:41, if you don't mind. She was out like a cannon. Bless Rain went straight across onto the rails in front and has just ran them into the ground. Number 5, heavily backed, has dominated the race from Talcott Vale, who ran an honest race, and then Spot Fox, Speedy Ricardo, well, they just wanted to switch positions the whole way, running into trouble, and they'll finish 3rd and 4th respectively. But Bless Rain will win. Number 5 for Brett Mackey, Alan Lee, Feral Frankie and Will It Rain. Number 5 first, beating 3 Talcott Vale. The runners up for the Gibbons Kennel, Brendan Wheeler, Alan Deed, Warner Allen. Number 1 third, Spot Fox for Chloe Vandermart, Des Douch, Bernardo Tidalina. You'll see on that head-on footage the 2 at the rear just trying to switch positions and really doing it unsuccessfully. They weren't going to bother Bless Rain though. She was back to her best with explosive early wheels. Number 5 first, will pay $1.04 on the tote, so was not missed. Bless Rain. It wins and wins very, very smartly indeed and makes a bit of a statement ahead of the Emerald Final. The Quinella $5.10. The running doubles paid $8.40. We just await some more divvies to come through. Numbers 5, 3, 1, 7. They're interim, just awaiting all clear. Heat 1 of the Emerald to Bless Rain, one of the big gun players.
And the punters are on the board in the opening heat of the Emerald with Bless Rain. $1.85 she opened at. Smithy jumped at $1.33 and an easy watch straight to the front and won comfortably.
Yeah, there's plenty of short-priced favourites that you don't want to take because they're going to be back in the field. You knew exactly what she was going to do. She was going to nail the start. She was going to be super professional and she was going to put a time on the board that was going to be hard to run down. She did that. Talcott Vale, I thought, was a really impressive run. I'll be intrigued to see what time it ran and whether it can make its way through to the Emerald because it is, of course, the fastest times, not necessarily the finishing position that gets through to this week's Sunday's final for the Emerald. So Talcott Vale was impressive. Spot Fox and Speedy Ricardo, as James said during that call and after the race, just really wanted to switch positions and gave each other absolutely no hope of running a time quick enough to get through to Sunday's final. But all credit Blessed Rain. She's an absolute star and she loves this 300-metre journey.
Time amended to 16:40, which is very sharp here at the Ville. Do you think that'll stack up when we see some of the big guns go around later today?
Yeah, I think it'll be right there. I think you and I were talking a little bit earlier on where we said 16:40 was around the sort of mark we'd expect them to go. I'd imagine it'd get a little bit hotter as we get into the day and the times might quicken up as well. So it might be a disadvantage to be in one of the earlier heats, but we don't know that until we see some of these faster dogs go round, and there are some fast dogs to go round as we make our way through the 8 heats of the Emerald.
Yeah, indeed, and a couple big guns in the next in Cheap Red Wine, who jumps from the red, and also Zipping Grillis. We know what sort of profile he has up the straight, and not only up the straight, but also in town as well. So that is race 4, heat 2 of the Emerald coming up at Hillsville. In the meantime, let's get to the 4th at Manawatu. We've got Gold Star Rodney, who won the previous year at a very short quote. And in the following, we've got Big Time Ashton at $1.75 for the almighty Lisa Cole Kennel. Let's get on track for the 4th at Manawatu.